Hello everyone. Very good morning and good evening to all. Thanks for joining. So let us start our today's session. I hope everyone has practiced our previous session. And in our today's session, we are going to learn how to use parameters and variables in IICS. Okay. So what is parameter? So we have seen how to pass a connection and table as the parameter in our last session, like a dynamic mapping. So in the dynamic mapping, we have passed connection as well as object type as parameter. But today we'll see all this one by one. Okay. So little more on the parameters and variables. So if I want to pass a dynamic value to mapping or mapping task, then I can go for parameters and variables. So you can pass parameter for connections and a parameter for this object and parameter for any other dynamic values. So what is parameter? So parameter, if you are passing value to this mapping, the value will not change during the runtime. Okay. The value will not change during the runtime. If the session is running, if the value I'm going for $a equal to 10, throughout the session, the value a equal to 10 only. So we cannot change it after some time. Okay. While session is running or while task is running or while mapping is running, we cannot change it. But the variable, yes, if it is taking like $a equal to 10, while running, we can change it. Some based on some condition, you can change it like 15 or 20 or 50 or whatever it may be. Okay. So if you want to change value, so you have to make it like a variable. If you do not want to change a value, then you can make it like a parameter. In parameter file, if you are giving like a hash, so that will be a commented one. Okay. So wherever you are saying $2, that is nothing but your user defined parameter. If you are seeing any single dollar, that is system defined parameters. Okay. So wherever you are seeing some dollar PM, all this, right? So these are all like some directory log files. All these are system defined parameter path. So mostly you'll go for connections and the path and everything will go for this dollar PM, the value. Okay. So, but now we will see how to use this parameter. And in IICS, we will use in parameter, in out parameter. So what is this in parameter, in out parameter? So in parameter means if I want to give a value to mapping, then I can go for in parameter. If I want to pass a value to mapping or I have to take the value from one mapping to another mapping, then you can go for in out parameter. Okay, so we'll see one by one so that you'll get clear idea. So what is this mapping? Even the real-time projects, right? So for an example, if I have source here, the source table, this is my target. So target might be a table or cloud or anything, right? So it has more number of data. Okay. Say for an example, the source has 5 years of data. So this is my source. So any source. So but all the up to yesterday, I have loaded all the data to target. Assume that here we are bringing the IICS. So up to yesterday, we have loaded all the data to target. But today alone, I have to take from here, right? So every day while running, while mapping is running, so every day it is going to run. It should take, say for an example, every day we are scheduling this IICS mapping. Okay, IICS task. It's running by 7 a.m. You assume that 7 a.m. we are scheduling. This is daily job. So daily job, it will take daily. So if it is running today, it will take yesterday 7 a.m. to today 6:59 a.m. You assume that. Okay, up to this one day it will take. So whatever the data here we have, it will take. So normally we will check what is the batch date. Normally we will not go for system date. We will check batch date. So if it is running for 2 days, then batch date will be yesterday's date. It will pick. If yesterday's batch date did not run, or the previous one did not run. So we will pass the batch date. So based on the batch date, it will pull the data. So from which date to which date, and here we are pulling. So while each day, while we are running, so we have to pass this timing and date by parameter only, right? So you have to pass this value to the source by parameter only, not by hard-coded value, right? So even if this IICS scheduling, okay, the flow has been failed for some last 5 days. If you're running today, it should not take only today's data. So it should catch up from all the previous days, right? So we have to run from the previous days. All the previous history load should be catched up. So in order to do this way, we will go for something like a batch date. Okay. So we'll have some batch date here. And say for an example, batch date is today's date, today's batch we are running. Then it will take the data from yesterday 7 a.m. to today 7 a.m. So whatever the data has been inserted or updated here. So normally we will have some different columns. Say for an example, one of the column is commit timestamp. Okay. So we have something called commit timestamp. Whenever the record is getting inserted or updated in the source, the commit timestamp will get updated. Okay. So even we'll have created timestamp. Yes. Or we'll be having updated timestamp. Right. It depends. Or we'll have something like a data date. So some different way of columns. These columns will use. These columns are called it as audit columns, right? So we'll call it as audit columns. Based on the audit columns, we will pull the data. So from the source. By using these columns only, we will always will have date, right? So whenever the data is getting inserted or updated in the source, either the commit timestamp or created date, the updated date or data date. So whatever the date column they are using, it will get updated. So based on any one of the column, we will pull the date. It depends on the project. So some project will have commit timestamp, some project will have created timestamp or updated timestamp or data date. Okay, this way batch date. So they will maintain it. So any audit columns we will use. Based on the audit columns, we are going to use this in the source qualifier. So the runtime we have to pass based on the batch date. We have to pass the timing and the date. And we have to pull the data. So that is what we will not miss any data from the source, right? Even if it is for intraday jobs. So we will have some mechanism, some framework. For each and every project, they will use different framework to pull the data. Okay. So we will call it as like a framework. So based on the framework, we will load the data to staging layer. Then from the staging to other layers, we will move one by one. Okay. But so this, how can I pass this value? So this value will be passed from parameter file. So that's what we are going to learn today. So how to pass a value from the parameter. Okay. So I will open this IICS. So how to pass parameter. Go to your administrator page. So check whether both services are up and running, right? So these two are up and running. Then I'll go to integration. So tomorrow I will take CAI concept. That's web service. One thing is missed out, right? REST API. So that one I will take tomorrow. So here I will go to new mapping. So I'm going to use m underscore parameter. Okay, this is one of the mapping I'm just using. I will take source. I will take, say for an example, if I want to pass connection as parameter, you have to create a new parameter, right? You remember we have created one parameter mapping. So that time we have created connection as parameter and object as parameter, right? So object is a parameter we have created. This time I'll tell you how to create a connection as parameter, but I will take so this particular table. For this particular table, the var class, I will pass it as a parameter. So I'm going to pass var class for this source as a parameter. Okay. So you can use in the source qualifier query, like you can go for SQL override, or you can go for something like this filter condition. Just I'm using filter conditions. Okay, I will use advanced filter. So here I will use $$ some var class. So whatever the var class I want to pass runtime, just I'm using here. Okay. So today I have to pass different parameter. Tomorrow I have to pass different value to this var class. So based on this var class, it should pull the data from the source. So what is this var class? So that should be first, before using it, you have to define it. So go to this option, parameters, the right hand side, you'll be seeing that input parameter and input parameters, right? Both you'll be seeing. So first you can go to this input parameters, click on this add parameters here. So just I can use where is the parameter. So display label, if you want to place, you can place it. It should be a string or whatever it may be. So string only. We are making like a string if you want to give any default value. If the value is not passed from the parameter file, so by default you want to pass any value to this parameter, yes, you can place some default value here. So I'm not using any default value, just I have created one var class. Okay. I'll go to this target. I'm using this target here. Then target, I can use any target. If you want to go for snowflake or anything, yes, you can go for snowflake also. No issues. So here I'm just using any target table you can use. I'm using the same target table here, but the var class I'm going to pass like a parameter. Okay, so field mapping, I can use the smart map. All these are mapped. Whatever the var class I'm going to pass in the runtime, that will be passed here. Then it will go to the target. So even in the filter transformation we have seen, right? The source filter we have seen parameter. So how can I pass the value in the parameter? That's what we are going to pass today. So I'm going to create a mapping task for this. Yes, we have to create a mapping task always. Okay. For the parameters and variable. So empty underscore parameter. Just I'm going to create this. So where I'm keeping here. So if you want, you can keep the mapping, you can keep it here. So anywhere you can keep. Okay, I think I have created. Let me check where mapping has been created. Okay, so after if you have saved it, then you cannot change it. So the same path I have to give. Okay, no issues. We'll create. So empty underscore parameter runtime environment. Then mapping I can choose. This is the mapping, right? Just to choose the mapping. So it is normal. So always it's normal, no issues. If you go to the next, you'll be seeing the schedule here. And before that, you can see parameter file location, right? Parameter file location. So this one you have to use here, download parameter file template. So you can download here. If you open it, download parameter file template, you can see here. So this is what we are seeing, right? This one. So this way you have to pass. Okay, this is don't download and use it as it is. So this is a read protectable file. So don't use this, and we can create. Say for an example, if you want to create file, you can create the file here, parameter file directory. So if you want to keep, if you don't mention here, if you want to keep the file here, yes, you can keep here. But if you don't mention here, you should place the file apps data integration server data user parameters. So parameter file, I'm going to take this file name param.txt. So where we have to keep to C drive, program files, Informatica Cloud Secure Agent. You can keep anywhere, just I'm keeping here, okay? Apps, data integration server, and we'll be having, see these many versions has been created. Data integration server, data user parameters. See what I will do, I will remove all the previous versions. These versions I will remove. The latest version we can keep. Go to data. So user parameters. So here I'm going to keep it. So new param.txt. So that's what I have used here. So here param.txt, right? So open this. You can see this is the one. So first you can have global parameter. Okay. So global parameter. Then you can have the local parameter. So first preference will be given to the local parameter. So this one. Say for an example here, I'm going to give $$ var class, var equal to some var class I'm passing. Okay. So what is the var class I'm passing? Any var class I can pass, salary greater than 12,000 I'm passing. So this var class will be passed during the runtime. So I will save this. Okay. So we'll keep this one, no issues. So salary greater than 12,000, right? Yes. So that's what I have used. And so I'm using the parameter file in local. I'm not using in the cloud. So in the local machine I'm using. Okay. So we can provide here and click on finish. I'm going to run it. It should take the data from source, the salary greater than 12,000, right? The same parameter we should have given. So you see this, the name of the parameter should be same name here, $$ var. $$ var, this one. Okay. So we'll see this. Go to my jobs. Okay, it's failed. We'll check it why it is failed. Invalid character. Okay, so how it is passed, you'll see. Download this log. Go to SQL. So go down. So how it is passed. Okay, so the value is not passed here. Simply it has passed with $$ var. Okay, so that means it is not passed with the value did not pass. The parameter itself it did not take. Okay, let's see why it. So $$ var. Actually here we should get this parameter value. Apps data integration server data user parameters. Param.txt. It's a txt file only. No, $$ var only. It should be a $$ one. If you see this, 1 minute. There's some naming conventions. No, it's correct only. It should take actually while considering the parameter, right? It should have asked parameter what is the value you are going to pass. Just a second. So the same way we have passed, right? Dollar var. Just a second. This one did not. It's not a connection. It should be a input parameters. This should be taken actually while creating the session, right? It should be taken. No. File is already I have closed it, right? So param file, I already closed it. Even if it is opened, it should fail like the file is opened. While creating the session, let me create one more mapping task. Sometimes it will happen. So let me create. Okay, so here itself, the mapping task is not, we are not getting this mapping. Input parameters, var string. It should create actually while creating the mapping task, right? Yeah, we will check the parameter file name. Otherwise, we will give some uh, local path. Okay, so it is passing like a dollar var, right? It is not passing. Actually, it is passing direct value here. Var var. Instead of passing the value, it is passing the character from here. Okay, so let me copy this file here. SRC files. I'll keep the parameter file here. Okay. It's not reading the same one we are getting. Okay. Let me create a new mapping. Oh, actually, this is param.txt only. If you open this file, right, the extension of the file is param.txt only, the file name. So if you go to this one, You can see here the file name is param.txt. Able to see here? We have already defined. So parameter we have defined here, right? Input parameter, it's a string var class. Just a second, let me check one minute. So it's failing. I will let me create one more mapping. Yeah, sometimes it's happening even I'm not sure why. I'll go and create from the new mapping. M underscore parameter. I will browse it. I will go for some other folder. Okay. This folder I will keep it. Source. I'll go here. I will take source parameter, source connection. So here I will take the source. Oh, it's not a, that's what extension also I have provided with the correct extension only. Just a second, some issues. Let me check. So here I'm going to use advanced $$ var class. Okay. So what is $$ var? So that I'm going to mention it here. Input parameters. So click on here, var class, display value, description. It should be a string. It is not a connection. So connection will give after some time. Just I'm giving like a string value. Click on OK. Okay. This is like parameter. Then I'll go for targets. Okay. So M underscore parameter, right? This is the name of the mapping. M underscore parameter. This is in this particular location. Okay. I'll go to new mapping task. So MT underscore in this location I'm copying. I'll go here. I'll choose this particular mapping. Okay. So this is my, okay, we can keep it here itself. I'll keep here param. Same I'm keeping here. If you see this $$ var class, right? Let me download this file for our reference. So download this file, you check it here and what is the value it is passing. So I'm just taking this one for naming conventions. Okay, I'll go here. I'll use this param.txt file. So instead of this, I will use here. Okay, so if it is not reading, I will check here global. So this is the one we are using, $$ var equal to this one. Okay. Okay, so the same path I'm using. So here I will run it now. See, the same way we have given. Even I'm not sure why it did not take last time. Right. So we just created new way. That's it, right? New mapping we just created. I'm not sure why sometimes it is happening, right? So if you go and check the download session log, see it got completed, right? 8 record it has taken. So I will download here. I will open this view. So if you see this log, source qualifier query. Okay, so from where class has passed, right? So where class, the salary greater than 12,000 has been passed. Maybe the folder name has some, I think some folder inside the way we have the folder, right? But we have given correct only, but it did not able to read the file. Okay. So only thing is we have changed the instead of folder, we have given is the project name. That's it. But folder also I have already tested. It should be working fine. Okay. I'm not sure why it previously why it was not taking, but even we will check it whether it is taking from the global parameter. Okay. I'll remove it. I'll take it like this is the 15,001. Okay. So this time I changed only on the parameter file, not on the Informatica level. So next day it is running. Okay. So next day it is running. You assume that. And okay. It is not taking from the file, this name of the mapping. Empty underscore parameter. This is M underscore parameter. It is taking from the global parameter only. Empty underscore parameter. Okay, so maybe the space we have, right? This has the space. So that might be the issue. So instead of space, if you have a underscore, okay, it should not fail it. I'm not sure. Okay, so I have changed it. We'll see here. Okay, still it is there in this only, right? Normally we will not give space. So since we have given the space here, right? That's why. See, now it has been changed to this way. So I'm going to run here. I'm going to change. So with this underscore. since it has space, I think it's not able to read this. Yeah, location correct. We'll run it one more time. Okay, I think it's not reading. From here, invalid character. Okay, this issue I will check and I will let you know by tomorrow. It will continue. Okay. Why it is not reading? We'll check it. What is the file it is taking? Parameter file name we will have here, but it will take it in the. See, this is the one, right? Parameters. So this way it has renamed and it is opened. Program files, Informatica, cloud, data. So user param files. So from here it is taking. Okay, so no issues. I will check this one. I will let you know. So why it is not able to take. Okay, but this is what it will read the data. So as of now, you take whether it is taking the data from the global parameter. Okay, so here I'm getting some issues from folder. Let me check it. Okay, so we do not have anything. Okay, this might be the issue. Let me check after some time and then I'll let you know. Okay, so but here I'm passing some value here since I'm not giving any. If you are not giving any local parameter, then it will take this value, global parameter. Okay. So if you are giving anything like one single mapping and single task, but for a particular task, you can no need to give like this. So you can directly give global. So global means yes, anyone can read the value from the file. So this way we will pass it in the runtime. Okay. So even if I want to go for some other value, yes, you can use some other value here. So commission percentage, right? So you can change it like a different way. Commission percentage is null, is not null. This way I'm passing is not null. Okay, so this should be passed. So commission percentage is not null. So this should be passed in the runtime, then it should take, right? So I'm not doing anything the Informatica level, just I have changed the parameter. So previously it was reading 8 records. Now it will read a different number of records. Okay, the number of records might be different. Let me check it tomorrow, then I'll let you know what is the reason why it is not able to take by using this folder name. Okay, so now it is taking 34 records, right? So if you go inside, yes, you'll be having here 34 records. So it will be passed. If you download this log, we can able to see here, it will be passed this way. Okay, but it should, even if I'm going to give space, it should read. I have given already the space and everything. Okay. So if you are giving both, okay, so both, if it is considering both, it will first preference will be given to the local parameter only. So next to only it will, if we are not able to find here, then it will go and check here. So that's what it will check. First preference is local parameter. So local parameter will be your project name dot folder name dot mapping task name. So that's what we use to give. And here we will pass the value. Okay, $. So same value I'm passing. I'm not passing any other different thing. Okay, so it is not able to read the value. I'll let you know tomorrow. So why it is not reading, I'll check and let you know. But this is what we have to pass a value dynamically to the mapping. Okay, so how can I pass like a connection also? If for an example, in real time, we will pass the connection also like a parameter, right? Not like connection will not be a hard-coded value like this. Connection will be created on the server level and the connection will be passed in the parameter. So if you see this, there is no parameter connection, 7 connections are there, parameter 0 of 0. So I'm going to use here new connections or new parameter. So just to create new parameter here, so I'm going to create parameter like src underscore connection. Just I'm giving the name of the connection. So it's a connection parameter. Connection type is Oracle. Okay. So I'm going to give allow parameter to be overwritten at the runtime. See what is this option, right? So if you enable this, then you can pass the value in the parameter file. If you don't enable, right, then you have to give hard-coded value at the session task level. I will show you. Okay. So default value, if you want, you can give here. Same way, I can go for the target value. It should have created already here. Right. Source connection and target also, you can create a connection. So open it. You can go to the target here. I'm going to create target connection. Source connection only we have, right? Same way, I'll create new connections, new parameter, tgt underscore connection. Connection type is Oracle. Allow parameters to be overwritten at the runtime. So if you are enabling this option, then you can pass the value from the parameter file. Okay. So connection, I'm going to pass in the parameter file. Just I have given here. Whether I have given the parameter path? No. I'll go to the mapping class here. If you see this source and target connection, now it's coming like a parameter, right? This way, source target. I'll go to next. So here it is asking what is the value for the source connection. So here we can give any connection. If you don't use allow parameter in the overridden at the runtime, then here only it will take. But if you are using this way, there is no use, right? So you are here also you are providing the value. There is no use. You can use this way. Go to next target. See target also I'm pointing here source. If you're pointing here source, what will happen? It will fail, right? But we are going to give this connection pointing to target Oracle underscore EGT. So that connection I'm going to give the runtime. Okay. I do not want to schedule it. Parameter file. This is the parameter file it will take. In the parameter file, this is the parameter file, right? So global parameter itself I will give today. So $$ src underscore connection equal to Oracle underscore src. This is the connection name, right? $$ tgt underscore connection equal to Oracle underscore tgt. See here in the parameter file, I'm hard coding this way. Okay. But in the task level, I have given EGT connection also pointing to source, right? So why I have given? So to tell you that, okay, it will take the value from this parameter file only. Okay. So I have saved it. I'm going to run it now. Still it is not running. I think it's not taking that. Error truncating target table. HR is passing. HR.t underscore employees. Okay, source is passing. It is not reading the data from here. That's what I'm thinking. So that means it is not able to read the connection from here. EGTCONN. If I'm going to give here targets, then it will take, that means it is reading from here only. So not from the parameter file. Okay, it is reading from the mapping task only, not from the this connection. I'm not sure whether this file has protected. See why I'm giving like a different connections here. Okay, I'm trying to check whether it is taking the connection from the parameter file. Okay. This time is running. Even I don't think whether it is taking from here. This connection value it is taking. So like where which class it has been passed. Oracle underscore SRC, Oracle underscore TGT. See here. So in this mapping parameter, I have given the connection value source, right? Source connection I have passed like source. Target connection also I have passed like Oracle underscore SRC in mapping task level. If it is taking from here, then it should fail. Same connection I have given here, right? Previously, that time it was failing. Even I do not know why it is happening like this. See this here I have given. Okay. So here I have given in the parameter file SRC connection pointing to source, TGT connection is pointing to target. So if I'm going to here I'm going to give SRC here. If it is failing, yeah, it is taking from here only. So let me change it here also. So this is the way actually we will pass the connection as parameter. Okay, so from the parameter file, so you have to keep the value from the parameter file. You have to pass it this way. Okay, that means it is taking from the this file only, right? So here I'm going to change it like a TGT. So here only I'm changing TGT. If it is running fine, then it is taking from this particular one. So this value dollar dollar where it is taking from global, connection value is taking from here. Okay, it got failed. Then I need to change it from here. So even first time I have given like this, right? So very first time I have given like this, but it did not read the data. But again, the same one it is reading. So I'm passing a value from the parameter file. So from here, it is reading the data. See here. has completed, right? So that means it is taking the connection from the parameter file. So this connection we should have already created in the repository level. Okay. The repository level we should have already created. It is pointing to source connection, target connection. So they will give you only the connection name. Okay. Clear on this? So how to pass a connection in the parameter file and how to pass a value from the parameter file. Even you can pass entire SQL query from the parameter file. Okay. So how can I pass a variable? Okay. So domain name, integration service, etc. Integration service, yes, everything like it will take automatically. Okay. So Informatica Cloud only it will take. If you open the session log, you can find all this. Just to download session log. So how it is running. You can check here task name. The agent is running this from this agent ID. So if you have some time just to go through this, you will get some idea. Okay. Importing the source definition, target definition, session log, source table, target table. So connect to repository. Then it is taking for parameter file, right? So parameter is opened for this particular session. It is like changing. So if it should not take the same value. It is like something like encryption, decoding, or something it is doing. Okay. So why? Because in the log, it should not give you the parameter file name. It's a sensitive information. So that's why they are changing it. So cloud secure agent. And yeah, so if you go through this, this is what it will take automatically. Okay. The same way, how can I pass a variable? Okay, I have some 15 to 20 minutes. I will complete the variable also. So what is variable here? So why did not read the data from this particular one? I will tell you tomorrow. Select star from. Even you check it from your end, just to give it. And if it is working fine, let me know. Okay. Same way follow from my end. How I have executed, same way you follow. See, if you see this table, I have employees table, employee ID, first name, last name, all this. I just created one table called employees underscore CDC. In the table, I have created some audit columns. I created date, updated date. Two columns I have created. So created date has whenever the record is getting created. So created date will be updated here. Okay, you will be getting it will get populated. If the same record is getting updated, then you'll get updated dates. Okay, if it is getting updated, yes, you'll get created. If created date, updated date, both are similar, that means after creating, there is no update happen. So that's what you can see this. See here, the requirement is in the source, you take the source. So you have 100K records. Okay. So you have 100K record. This type of question they will ask in interview, right? So you have 100K records here. So your IICS is running or Informatica is running. It has loaded around 50K records. After loading 50K records, the IICS got failed. Okay, somewhat it has failed. Then again it should load it. It should start. So wherever it has left out, so from there we have to read the data. Okay. So remaining 50K records only we have to read from the source. How do I achieve this? So for this we will use lot of different method. See each project they will use different method. So some project they will take what is the commit timestamp maximum commit timestamp. They will store it in one variable or one table. So from that they will pass it here. The same concept we are going to use it here. So whatever we have read from the source, say for an example, you take commit timestamp or created date. I'm going to take created date. So whatever created date I'm going to read, for all the record, I'm going to have the max of this created timestamp. Okay, so what is the maximum of created timestamp? Each and every record while reading, I'm going to update it in the variable. Okay, maximum. Okay, up to here I have taken. Okay, so one by one. Then say for an example, it is showing that yesterday 7 a.m. to our aim is to take yesterday 7 a.m. to today's 6:59 a.m. That's what we have to read the date. But some records, 50K record has been loaded. After that, it has failed. So that particular timestamp, say for an example, 1 p.m. Okay, 1 p.m. it has loaded. Up to 1 p.m. it has loaded. This is the maximum timestamp. So this timestamp will get loaded into the variable. Okay, one variable. So that particular variable we are going to use for our source qualifier query. Okay. So in order to fetch the data from the source qualifier, I will use it here. Okay. So whatever, say for an example, I have read up to 1 p.m. For the next run while taking greater than 1 p.m. I have to pass. So this 1 p.m. is nothing but a variable, right? So today it might be 1 p.m. After 1 p.m. load is starting, it has loaded up to 2 p.m. Then 2 p.m. will be your maximum variable name, variable value. So whenever it is running, we'll take maximum variable. So that is called set max variable, right? So remember you have set max variable. So you can take set max variable. So this variable will hold the value, the maximum value of the particular column. Okay, so it will take maximum value. So why it is variable? It will keep on change, right? Each and every record it will change. So that I'm going to give it. Okay, so in this table, if you see this I'm going to take only created date timestamp, not updated timestamp. Okay, so I'm going to create a new mapping here. So I will take this mapping. Source I'm going to take. Okay, so I will take, sorry, I will take m underscore cdc, employees underscore cdc or cdc. This table I will take source. Okay, in the source qualifier. Okay, this is not a table. I'm going to take cdc table, this table. It has the created timestamp, all this table, right? So cdc, this is one table I'm going to take. In this table, I'm going to write this statement. Okay, so this statement I'm going to write. What is the statement? If you see this, so this is the statement I'm going to write. Select all the column names from table name. Okay, where employees underscore cdc dot created date greater than whatever the variable it is going to store. So that value I'm going to take it. As I told here, if it is 1 p.m., the 1 p.m. will be stored in this variable. So greater than 1 p.m., whatever it has been created after that. So that I'm going to read it. So this particular query, see, this is the same similar query we will use in our real-time project. Okay, I'm going to use here. So what is this query will do? Select all the column names from table name where the timestamp I'm going to pass it. I'm not going to pass like a hard coded value. This value will be runtime. It will be passed $ max created date. Okay. So what is this? So I have to create this value. Okay, $ this variable field. So how can I create? So go to this parameter. You can create like in-out parameter. You just create this value. Okay, sorry. So this is the one, right? Maximum created date. Okay, so this one, just a naming of the name of the parameter I'm going to give, and it should be a string only. And precision I can give 100 characters. On success, so I'm going to make it like aggregation type is maximum value. Okay, so this is the one I'm going to create. So just click on OK. So this value will be passed here. Go to expression. See, normally in Informatica Power Center, we will have one option, go to mapping, parameter and variable. We will define as variable, right? But here in that option, they have given in the variable, in the expression itself. Go to expression, click on plus symbol, create a variable field here. Okay, so create a variable field. So you have to use this variable name, and it should be a date and time, right? Date and time you have to use. Okay, so I will create like a variable. So v underscore this way. So v underscore this way. Then I will take this one set max variable. So if you open this configure, you should know what is this set max variable, right? So you can go to built-in functions. You can see here system variables, not system variable. These variables you can take. Okay, so input parameter, input parameter, this one we have created over there. And in built-in functions, not here. The built-in functions we will have here special, yeah. So here we'll have, okay, set max variable. So if you click on this, so sets the current value of the mapping variable to the higher of two values. So this way it will take, so set max variable of variable name expression. So this is the variable name we have created, right? It's a variable $ max created date. So whatever the created date here we have, so in that created date, I'm going to pass a maximum value to this. Okay, so it will keep that value. So I'm just passing, and I'll go to the target. The target I will create simply target table. I'm going to use any table you can use. I'm going to use T underscore employees table. So I will take truncate and load field mapping. I'm using. Okay, save this. M underscore CDC. I will create one more mapping task. EMT underscore CDC. We'll use the runtime environment. Mapping. This is the mapping, right? Yes. So here you can go to in-out parameters. So it will show you what is the value. Okay. So as of now, there is no value, but next time if you are running, you can see the value here. So no need to provide anything here. Just click on finish. We are passing from expression only, right? No need. We are not passing from parameter file. So this time I'm going to run it. It should take what is the maximum value of from here created date. So it is 28. Okay, this is 17 to 2023. So this is the maximum value 17 to 2023. So this value, say for an example, if you take created date, right? Created underscore date, comma, to underscore, just I want to show you what is that value will be available. So to underscore date of created date, comma, I'm passing dd hyphen mm hyphen yy 24 hours, minutes, seconds, right? Single quotes. So if you see this, so this is the 21 45 45. Okay, this is not the one maximum. So 756. 756 is the maximum one, right? 17.2. So that should be taken here. All the records it has loaded. Okay. Oh, it did not load. From the source, it did not load. Already has values. Select start from E underscore employees. Okay, what is the query it has executed? We'll check. No. Okay, the value did not pass here actually. Set max variable. It, oh, sorry. We did one mistake here. So created date. We haven't assigned here. $, maximum created date. Why it is not making? $, maximum created date, right? Passing the same value, set max variable. So it is like a variable port only. Variable field, date and time. Max of value should be passed here. And I tested multiple times. This was running. No, 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 no need to give any default value. Okay, so, oh, okay, sorry. So while defining this variable, we have defined like a string, right? It should be like a date and time. So this one in-out parameter while taking, it should be a date and time actually, not a string. See now. See, it has read 10 records, right? So that's a one mistake. See, I did mistake here. While defining, I have taken like it should be a date and time, right? I have made it like a string. So now it has loaded all the 10 records. You can see here up to here, it has taken the value. So what is the maximum value it has taken? If you want to check here, go to log, and if you open it, can go to edit. You should have seen here. It should be captured here, or you can open it here. So date and time, it is reading from 17 to 7:56, right? That's what we have seen here. 7:56:26. That's the maximum one. Okay. So after this particular time, there is no data, new data. So if I'm going to run one more time, it should not read any data here, right? See, it has loaded all the data. There is no new data. So it will not read any data. For an example, tomorrow, I'm going to load some two records here, extra. New record is getting populated tomorrow in this table or next run. Okay. This data, I'm going to load it now. 1, 2. Assume that this is the 301. This is 302. I'm not doing any changes in Informatica level. Okay. Just a database level. I'm going here. The date and time, I will take today's date and time. Okay. So 17/4/2023. So I will commit. If the same query is running, it will take these two records only, right? It should take these two records only. So tomorrow, if the same mapping is running, since it has already taken that value in the memory, so next time while taking, it will take from that particular timestamp. Okay. See here, those two records has been taken from the source. So one more time, if you are going to run, it will not take any data. See that two records should have loaded here. So previously 10 records, now those two should be loaded. Okay. We did truncate and load. We should not do truncate and load. We should not do, right? It's a incremental data. So that's why next run while running, it has loaded all the data. So if I'm going to change here timestamp, now I'm going to change the timestamp. This is different timestamp. So that means these two records should get loaded into the target table now, right? Two record has been updated or inserted newly. Those two records should get loaded. So how it is working? Yeah, I told, right? So it will store maximum value in the memory. See here, those two records has taken from the source, right? So it will take what is the maximum of this value, created timestamp. So what is the maximum of created timestamp? So that will be stored in one variable. So that variable only I'm passing from the source qualifier, right? If you go and open here, this mapping task, if you edit it, you can find here. So what is the maximum value it is storing now? 815, right? So this value has been stored. Whatever the record is coming after this timestamp only, it will read from the source. So why? Because already it has taken. Okay. So first run, it will not assign any value. It is null. Okay. It will take greater than that particular value, all the value it will be taken. First run is historical run, right? After that only it should take. So that's why first run it will take all the values. It will not have any value. It will pick all the value from the source. Okay. After that, it will keep this value in the memory. So just to create this table this way, created date, updated date, I will give you this particular statement to you. See here, I have given this particular uh, table, create table statement, just to create it and use this in the source qualifier. Expression, use this, create a mapping, create on mapping task, just to check it. Okay. So you are clear, right? So make it like this as a date and time. Since it is a date and time, we have to provide date and time. I did one mistake here. This is one mistake, and yeah, everything is correct. This one I will tell you why it was not reading from the existing one. You try with parameter file name like this. Okay, param.txt. Create in this way. Try to read from here without global parameter and let me know whether it is reading or not. Okay. So can you able to do today? So try it and then let me know. So, but this is what we will provide the parameters and variables. So this is variable, set max variable. Normally, if they ask incremental load, this is the way we will do incremental load in our real-time project also. Same framework we have in our uh, the previous project. We have used the same way. All this value will be passed from the parameter file and set max variable. So it will take in that way only. So even though if you are going to run multiple times, it will not duplicate the value. Okay. Since it is using the variable, it will be captured and it will be stored in the memory, in the server. So I will send you this particular document and this video. So just to check it. And tomorrow we'll see the web service. Okay. We'll start with web service. For web service, you should know what is web service, API, all this. Then only what I'm going to tell you, so you can able to understand. Okay, it's like a CAI concept, but I will take that. For that, you need to know what is API, what is REST API, all this. Okay, thank you all. We'll meet tomorrow. Yeah, if you have any questions, I will take your questions tomorrow. Okay, thank you all.